What's up, YouTube? I hope everyone's having a great day, a great night, a great evening, great morning, whatever time you're watching this. And today's topic, I'm just gonna talk about divine timing, um, possibility of God controlling our free will, how money limits us, how in this life we're pretty much limited on whatever we do, pretty much. How money actually really does control us in a way where we can't even fathom, and how much it fucking sucks. Um, I'm also gonna talk about the beauty of like romance and shit. How important it is. Also, I'm gonna talk about time speeding up and how time speeding up is really fucking us over in a way. How time speeding up is really fucking up. It's just all fucked up. How time speeds up every single day, every year and shit. Everything's just fucked up. Um, I'm also gonna talk about just how fucked up the human experience really is. It's really like there's always some bullshit going on, you know? I'm gonna talk about our creator, how I view God. It's gonna be a very long video, so there's a lot of spiritual shit, and how I view and my perspectives about this world, how I view God, how I view money, how I think we're being controlled by money, how we don't have free will as much, and also um, how I think every shit we've experienced is predestined by God before we incarnated here, before birth, and how I feel like God really does control our reality and our life in such a huge way, in a bad way too, not in a good way, in a bad way. And I'll talk about some good ways too. So let's get to it. So I don't know where to begin with, so I'm just gonna fucking go with it, whatever comes to my mind. So I'm talking about money. So with money, there's so much bullshit going on. It really is. It really is sucks knowing that like you can't really travel around the world as much as you want or whenever you want. You can't really, because if you can't travel around the world, that means you can't really expand your horizons. I mean, yes, there are videos of like different worlds, but still, it's always good to have an actual human experience, about just learning about different cultures, how people operate, this and that. Also, you can't really meet as much friends or people you become friends with, or it's hard to even befriend as much people because money controls you, because you can't even travel around the world. So like, how are you supposed to make new friends and meet new people, And also, if you travel around the world without money controlling you, you have a better chance of like fucking having more friends, or meeting your soulmate, or like meeting romantic interests that you two have really good chemistry and that you really connect with, It could be romantically, platonically, anything really. But you don't even have to travel around the world like Europe or fucking China or just, Russia, Ukraine, whatever the fuck. You don't even have to travel all the way through there. You can even just simply traveling in a different city or in a different state. That in itself is a good idea, pretty much. That in itself is really amazing. To be honest with you, it's a good thing. The fact that like it can even be from traveling from city to city. Now I understand we all have cars, we all have vehicles, right? So of course we could travel whenever you want. But at the same time, I'm talking about people without cars or without vehicles. Just see how money limits you. But even if you do have a car or a vehicle, it's hard for you to even like travel around from city to city like that whenever you want. Because again, you got work. Most likely you have to work long hours just to even get the car you want. Even part-time, just the fact that you gotta take time out of your day, because don't forget, you gotta work, but don't forget, you gotta eat, you gotta take a shower, eat shit, piss. You might have a family, so you gotta take care of your family. Or if you don't, you gotta work on your college, work on your schoolwork. Or if you don't, you might feel tired after work, so you don't even have the motivation or feel like going out like that. Or it could be a lot of work drama, this and that, you know what I'm saying? And you just wanna relax. Rightfully so, because work is slave work, pretty much. Unless you love what you're doing, that's different. But still, like, you're still forced to work for money. And that's taxing on the body, man. And on top of that, time is speeding up. So, like, how the fuck you're supposed to, like, do all that shit when time is speeding up? Like, if you're watching this video, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm not wrong, bro. Isn't time speeding up every day? As I'm making this video, like, it's already 4 p.m. I'm like, bro, like, I literally just got up, ate some breakfast, cleaned my room, and that's it. Like, it's already, the day's almost over, man. This is why I even came outside to make videos around 4 p.m. because usually it gets dark around 8 p.m. So I'm like, fuck it, man. I want to speak my mind. I want to get this off my chest. So it really is insane how much, like, time really speeds up, and it's such a huge, long ass way. Like, not, my mistake. I meant to say it's crazy how time speeds up in such a very fast rate. It's insane, you know? And I really don't understand or get why time always seems to be speeding up. It, like, you know, not only are we controlled and limited by money, but we're also, time is speeding up. So pretty much this realm we're living in, this third realm, the third realm is known as the earth realm. That's fucking us over. Shit, hang on, I gotta use the bathroom, bro. Fuck. But yeah, you know, it sucks. Hang on, give me one. Never mind. But yeah, you know what? Give me 1 second, real quick. I gotta do some shit real quick. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hang on. Sorry for the wait. But yeah, but like, time really is, there's a lot of bullshit, man. Like, I lost track where I was at, but yeah, time always seems to be speeding up. There's always bullshit going on, and it's like, it's hard to adjust, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure there's any type of zodiac influence, astrological influence, because like, what I've learned on how to cope, or like how to navigate around this world, on how to maneuver around this world, you really gotta do your research. I understand not all information is accurate or correct, because yeah, people in the YouTube or spiritual community that tend to like talk about lies, or they don't know what they're talking about. And I'm telling you, there's so many perspectives out there, there's so much information, people's opinions, perspectives, all this and that it's hard to actually find what the fuck's actually going on. So this is why I've made this channel. It's just so like I could do, like, my goal is to like speak as much spiritual information as possible while coming up with my own conclusion, my own opinions and analysis. That's one of the main reasons why I made this channel. That's not all of it, but that's when it comes to spirituality topics, that's one of the reasons why. And when you're watching this video, it's your goal pretty much, or the purpose of you watching this is to like come up with your own conclusions, come up with your own opinions, your own analysis on the things I'm talking about, or how you view the world, you know? Because I do feel like human opinions, human perspectives really does matter in a way. But anyways, that's just a little rant, but let's get to it, right? So yes, not only are we controlled by money, but time is also speeding the fuck up. So it's like, how the fuck are we supposed to adjust to this shit? You know what I'm saying? Unless God has like a specific purpose for all humans and shit, who the fuck knows? Who knows if our society and our world is gonna continue moving forward? Because like, I'm telling you, if time continues to speed up, this world isn't gonna like operate as much. I feel like this world really is gonna collapse. And someone mentioned this and Enofei, Enofey, he did mention that like it's a good chance of society collapsing or not gonna function if time continues to speeds up at that rate. And I really do agree. It is kind of scary. It is kind of crazy how like you know how when you're working, it can be a good thing too. Like if you don't like your work, if you hate working, that time speeding up, then it'll make you not tolerate your job as much. But shit sucks because then you still got to go back, and it sucks because like on your days off, since time is speeding up, it's gonna fucking like go by quick. So I think that's one of the things that really does kind of fucking sucks in a way. So it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, really is hard to adjust, you know? Um, so, you know, I don't know if God is responsible for this. I don't know if there's like a higher spiritual purpose behind this. Who knows, you know? Like, it's really hard to tell. So, it's always important for us to come up with our own conclusions in life. You see, with me, the reason why I make videos too, because like I have a lot of like frustrations, rage, and I'm just so angry and confused. That's why I have to make videos speaking out on these kind of topics, because it's like, I don't know, there is spiritual information out there, but I just got to release it in some way. That's why I love YouTube so much, because it pretty much allows you to say what's on your mind. I've heard other theories of like, not theories, but like YouTube is known for taking or deleting people's channels or harassing people's channels, like shadow banning and all this other shit. So this is why I'm kind of like worried, or I do think sometimes at times like, damn, if I speak on more like, if I speak more about the world corruption, what goes on behind the scenes, my opinions and spiritual information, I feel like my channel might get deleted because of that. That's what I'm worried about, but you know, fuck it. I'm still gonna speak my mind anyways. I'm still gonna upload videos about my viewpoints about this world anyway, so like, why not, you know? It is what it is. If my channel gets deleted, hey, so be it. But anyways, yeah, we're being controlled by money. You can't travel around as much. You can't meet as much people as you want because of money. And not only that, but it's crazy how like you're forced to work a job you don't really want to be in because of money. You can't really experience life as much as you want or as much as you please because of money. Money controls that shit, man. You can't really enjoy life as much. Sure, you can have a good time, you have a fun life, but at the same time, it's like you can't really like, again, you don't have as much freedom. We are free in a way, but we're not as free. We're very limited on what we can and can't do. Again, we can't travel around the world. We can't enjoy our vacations as much. We don't have enough off days. You're pretty much putting your life on hold to just even make money. Some people don't have cars and vehicles, so it's hard for you to even go from point A to point B because you need money to fucking get a vehicle. What happens? Money is the reason why there's so much family, like money is the reason why there's so much like family fights, a lot of divorces, a lot of breakups too, because it's like, you know, I guarantee you if money was never the issue, if every human being was getting paid unlimited amounts of money to the point where they could travel whatever they want, they don't have to work, they can eat all types of foods whenever they want, they have a lot of resources, access to a lot of shit, I feel like there will be less family fights and less divorces and shit, you know? Who knows how this world will be without the corruption and chaos, you know? But at the same time, you know, it's really ridiculous. It's really not easy. It's really hard, you know? So, you know, we just gotta, there has to be like a certain or different way on how society should really work. Again, I don't study too much about human history, so like I don't know too much. I really don't know too much how we even got to this situation in the first place. I don't even know how we got into this fucked up situation in the first place. I really don't, you know, and it sucks. It's not easy at all. So there has to be like Again, I gotta study my histories. I gotta learn about histories more. And I feel like school should really teach people the proper history. Because the problem with school is, well, at least I graduated like 7 6 years ago, right? So it's been a while, but I haven't learned or remembered shit from school. They need to really emphasize on history, or at least give out the right history. Everything is school. School is limited too. Like they only teach you about the standard and shit. School really needs to teach people about like school needs to utilize YouTube videos to educate students as well, you know. And people are like, oh, but there's a lot of advertisements. There's a lot of ads watching videos. Well, use the school's money and let them buy a fucking membership. Buy like YouTube premium membership where there'll be no interruptions, no ads, no advertisements, this and that. And therefore, your students can watch any type of YouTube videos that involves education and human history, spirituality, how the world is without the interruptions, you know. I feel like schools really need to utilize YouTube videos a lot more. Now I understand, I'm not talking about every type of YouTube video because there are false information out there. You just gotta use your discernment. But at the same time, like what I'm saying is school really gotta make students develop more of an open mind, especially at a young age. That can really help out a lot. Cause me, I had an open mind. I learned a lot from YouTube, a lot. I went through a lot of trials and errors, and YouTube really did help me out a lot. Also, now let me talk about divine timing. Hang on. I'm sorry. If I'm making videos right outside, if you see me walking, it's because for some reason, whenever I walk, I feel like I'm more smooth on what I talk about. Like I feel distracted when I'm just sitting down. Like when I walk, I feel like I'm more in the zone when I'm making videos when I walk. When I get some exercise in. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I lost track. But yeah, schools need to use some type of but YouTube, I did learn a lot from it, you know. There is good information out there. You just gotta use your discernment, you gotta use your research. You gotta be careful too, especially when you're new to like spiritual information. Or like just new in general. If you're new to questioning this world, the corruptions of society, this and that, it's easy for you to get caught up in the wrong channels that'll give you false information, because there have been reports of like actual psychopaths, narcissists that have their own YouTube channels, and they do tend to scam people's minds. They can scam your money, and they could give you false information. So you gotta really be careful when you're looking through information. You just gotta use your discernment, you gotta use your intuition, but always be careful. That's a mistake I made, and I'm still having trouble with that. But anyways, let's talk about divine timing and our lack of free will, it seems. So it seems like I'll observe my life, right? And it just seems like God is in a way controlling my life. Do you ever get that feeling where you feel like God is controlling your life? Think about it. Just the fact that we're placed in certain situations, just the fact that some of us don't have access to travel around the world as much. Some of us are born into situations where like we don't have as much money for us to even do what we want to do. Or some of us are even put in situations where we're in an area or city or state where like there's no opportunities to find work, to make money, to make shit happen for yourself. Some people are born in third world countries where like there's no opportunity at all. Do you just the fact that shit like this happens, do you ever think like maybe God purposely puts you in these situations? I mean, think about it. It makes no sense how like think about it. It makes no sense how like randomly this world was created, and as humans we're just randomly here and shit, and then like we're placed in fucked up situations, we're placed in a lot of bullshit situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. I could be the case, but like I personally do feel like there's a higher power or a fucking creator or a God that really created us and put us into these situations. Some people in the spiritual community may say that we're put into difficult situations because we could overcome them, so we could get away from them and we could evolve and grow as a person, as a soul through them. There's a lot of soul evolution. And other people in the spiritual community may say that like God will never give you what you can't handle, which I do agree with it to a certain extent. I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's like this shit is so annoying. Like, we don't have time to be dealing or putting up with so much bullshit, you know? It just seems like anything you want or desire in this life, let's just say you're a man, right? If you desire a woman, right? If you desire like pussy, if you desire like banging a lot of hot, beautiful women, right? In this society we're living, some people are struggling with that. You know, and it's hard to do that shit, you know, because like you can't even meet certain women or females you actually like without money, and vice versa. Probably females might think the same way. Maybe they don't have enough resources, or they're put into like weird cities or states where like there's no opportunity, so it's hard to meet high value man for them. So what I'm saying is like in this society, it's really hard to like get what you want out of life. You can't really do as much shit as you please, and when you do some certain shit as you please, it's like you gotta wait so long, or most of the times you have to wait so long. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that kind of sucks. I mean, anything. It could be like meeting a certain type of woman you want to meet. It could be making a certain amount of money, getting a certain house, like getting a certain car. You can't do as much with that without being patient. And this is what I'm saying. Life really does limit you in a way. I understand there's a purpose behind us being enslaved. There's a purpose behind us being controlled by money. But at the same time, it's like, damn, God, like, can you quit with the bullshit and just give us what we need? And I understand God doesn't give us what we need. I don't know the same. God doesn't give us what we want, but what we need. Whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, why does this realm have to deal with so much bullshit, you know? People in the spiritual community, I remember they mentioned that like Earth is like a school pretty much, so it makes sense while everyone living here has to go through some type of suffering, some type of horrible pains and loss and limited shit. So our souls could evolve, because again, Earth is a school, according to the spiritual community. Also, usually people who go through a lot of bullshit, so they could clear up a lot of past life karma, their family bloodlines karma, this and that, and they have to take part in the abuse and the bullshit so they can heal their family's karma, so they can heal their past life's karma. And I do believe this is true, but at the same time, I also believe that it's like, okay, and this is how I view the situation, right? I'm thinking like, okay, I do believe that, but at the same time, why the fuck does every human being, me included, are creating bad karma in the first place? Just the fact, because in this world, you're going to create bad karma regardless. You're bound to create bad situations. You're bound to make mistakes. You're bound to do some shit. You're bound to do a lot of shit you regret, and therefore, that creates bad karma. And I'm like, if we all got to clear out a lot of karma in this lifetime, why couldn't we do it in our past lives? And if we couldn't do it in our past lives, then technically, does this earth mean like it's a trap in a way? Like, if you think about it, it's just the fact that one of the main human reasons for being here is to clear up a lot of past life karma, is to heal a lot of abusive, dysfunctional family bloodlines. Just the fact that there's a lot of like violence and war and chaos and corruption and enslavement in this world, it shows how much this world really is full of shit. I understand you gotta be positive, you gotta look at the good side of things, but like, I'm just like, bruh, why can't God just end all the bullshit and just let us live our lives, man? Why are we in this fucked up timeline in the first place? This is why I say, like, I swear to God, I feel like I reincarnated and I chose to be down here by accident because I can't explain it, but like I can see how my life is playing out, and I can see a lot of events and situations to where how God really puts me in situations I really don't want to be in, and how God really does seem like God is pushing a lot of people away from me, or like not making me meet the certain types of people I really want to meet. Basically, my heart desires. I feel like God tends to block most of my heart's desires away for my own good, for my own development, for my own soul growth. Which I get it, but this shit really is annoying, and I feel like it's very unnecessary because it's like, bruh, like I don't want to deal with this shit. Just get me the fuck out of here. I'm not suicidal or anything, but like I'd rather not be here in this world, so I could be free in the afterlife and do what the fuck I want to do, man. Why do I gotta deal with all this bullshit, man? This is one of the reasons why I even made this channel, because it's like I'm so fed up, and I guess I'm trying to turn my pain into like, I'm trying to use pain as my advantage. I'm trying to use me being enslaved to my advantage, pretty much. This is one of the reasons why I made a YouTube channel, is so I can release all that pent up anger, and hopefully I can help a lot of people who think the way how I think. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of people in this world, and you'll be surprised on how certain people actually kind of think like you in a way. This is where you get your soul tribe from. This is where you get your soul family from. You know, soulmates, it just doesn't mean like partners and romantic interests. Soulmates can mean friends. Soulmates could come in friends, platonic friends. They could come in romantic partners, this and that. Soulmates, it's like what I got from the spiritual community. Soulmates just like another definition for like just another vocabulary word for a deep connection with someone. It could be intimate, it could be platonic, this and that, pretty much. You know, some people meet their soulmates, their soul tribe friends or family and partners either early in life or later in life, and we all have different types and versions, and we all meet them through certain chapters of our life. So it's not just one, like you have more than one, you have more than multiple people. It all depends on what chapter you're in life, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, like all I'm saying is like once I'm old, once I pass away from here, good riddance, you know. I don't see myself coming back here, regardless of how convincing it is for like God to try to make me come back here to reincarnate. I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm so over with this shit. Like I'm tired of being a human. I'm tired of having to fucking be enslaved. I'm tired of like, I don't know, I'm just sick of this shit, man. I just want to be free, bro. Like, it's not that I'm ungrateful or anything like that. It's just like, I can't explain it. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe, well, I'm still young, so like, I haven't really experienced as much parts of the world yet, which is true. It is why I really desire to like travel around the world, meet new people, this and that. But at the same time, it's like, I gotta wait so long just to even fucking like, I gotta wait so long just to even get those things, you know? If I ever get those things. I personally believe that in every lifetime, what God would do, God would make everyone lack certain shit in their current lifetime. They could be lacking love, they could be lacking lack of romantic partners, they could be lacking money, they could be lacking in life experiences, they could be lacking in friends, they could be lacking in not having a loving family, not having a loving mother, or not having a loving father. They could be experiencing an absent father, absent family members. They could be lacking anything in life. They could be lacking in not being understood. I feel like God gives everyone certain shit where they're lacking, right? And their objective in this lifetime that they're lacking is for them to either never get it or to overcome the feeling of lack. So by the time they're done with their current lifetime, and the afterlife, God or different types of beings in the afterlife will try to convince that certain person about the shit they're lacking, to convince them that the things you are lacking, like say for example, that person's lacking fucking friends, right? Let's say this person didn't have enough friends, or let's use a different example. This person's lacking a lot of love from family, love from like romantic partners. That person was single his or her own life, whole life pretty much, right? God would be like, okay, since you're single pretty much your whole damn life in your past life, if you decide to reincarnate in your next lifetime, I promise you, you will receive all the love you want. You will receive all the women you want. Or if you're a female, you will receive all the men you want, or whatever. And you can receive love from family members, from romantic partners, whatever you want. God or other beings will say that to you, right? So you can reincarnate. And once you agree to it, and now you're living in that current lifetime now, next thing you know, you're gonna have all that love, but you will be lacking, and let's just say you will be lacking in finances, or let's say you'll be lacking in finances. You barely have any money your whole life. You weren't born with a car, you weren't born with like a nice house, you weren't born with none of that shit, but you are loved by your families. You do have romantic love, and you're like, fuck, man, how they even get into this position? I fucking hate this shit. And God will constantly repeat this cycle of you reincarnating and lacking a lot of shit, so God could manipulate you into reincarnating. You see, it's hard to explain this shit because, like, in my mind, I could like explain it, but when I talk to it in person out of my mouth, it's hard to explain it. I'm not sure it's because my mouth could keep up with my mind, but I hope this shit makes sense. I hope you know where I'm coming from. So I feel like no matter what, God will try to find a way to manipulate you into reincarnating without telling you the full details. The example I said when you're lacking, right? Maybe God will mention in your other lifetime what you could be lacking, but I feel like God won't go into detail, because if God were to go in detail, he'll be like, oh fuck no, I don't want to experience that shit. I'm staying my ass in the afterlife. I'm not reincarnating back to earth. That could be the reason, and maybe God doesn't want that. And when I say God, I'm referring to any type of higher being. It doesn't have to be God. It could be the devil, the demiurge, different spirits. That's what I'm referring to. Any being that has a lot of authority over us. That's what I'm talking about. But again, that's my theory. I personally do believe in shit like that, but who knows? Who the fuck knows what's going on in the afterlife? Just the fact that as human beings, me and you watching this video, just the fact that we don't have as much knowledge on what really goes on in the afterlife, it shows that there's a lot of spiritual corruption in the fucking afterlife. It shows how like there's a lot of information, there's a lot of knowledge that's not being shared to us as human beings. Why is it that we don't know about shit like this? Why is it that we have no knowledge or no proof of the afterlife? You know what I'm saying? Some people have been reporting seeing spirits. Some people see ghosts. I personally seen them. Not all the time, but I used to see them. But why not every human being? How come every human being doesn't see them? Why only a select few? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. What I'm trying to get at is like, there seems to be a lot of enslavement going on in the afterlife as well. You know how there's enslavement in this world we live in? There could be a lot of enslavement in the afterlife as well. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know, pretty much, what the fuck is going on. As human beings, I feel like we're lacking in a lot of knowledge. Part of the reasons why it's spiritual warfare, like where maybe God or the devil or different beings in the afterlife are trying to like prevent us from gaining a lot of knowledge, and we're being enslaved in this world where like you can't even access to a fucking computer or any type of electronics like a phone without money, pretty much. This is what I'm getting at. Money is the main root of all corruption, pretty much. Money in itself is not evil, but it's the people controlling the money that makes it evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, from my understanding, money comes from trees, people print money. Yeah, money's printed, this and that. So like, why? Since money's printed, why? And it's not backed up by gold either. It used to be backed up by gold, but now it's not. And if that's the case, why can't the government print out unlimited amounts of money so this world could be run smoothly? But no, they don't want to do that. But not only that, just how the fuck do we even end up in a position where we got to be enslaved by money, to where we're very limited by money? How do we even got up to that situation? I mean, I guess human beings in past histories used to do trades and all this and that, which is fine, but I don't know. It's just like, I feel like this world has a lot of potential, but I'm just tired of like being limited, being stuck and controlled, man. You know, shit's some bullshit. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at. Now let's talk about divine timing, right? Just the fact that divine timing even exists. According to the spiritual community, people think that like you just gotta wait. Only God has the answers, this and that. Why the fuck does God have all the answers? Why can't God just give us the answers? Is it because God thinks we're not ready for it? We're not equipped to it? Whatever the fuck, man. But I hate being patient. I hate like everything's so fucked up. Like I can't even like with time speeding up, I can't even get my day-to-day tasks done. I can't even wake up in the morning. I can't even work out. I can't even fucking eat breakfast. I can't study. I can't hike. I can't make videos. I can't clean my room. I can't take care of the shit I need to take care of. I can't do all that in one day. I know it may sound like a little bit, but like I really struggle with doing all that shit in one day without being in a fucking rush, man. You can't even take naps nowadays. Like, try taking a nap in the middle of the day, and then after you finish, the day's gonna be almost over. Try it. Try taking a nap. I remember back then, like in the early 2000s, 1990s, etc. People used to take naps all the time, and they still have enough time throughout the day. But now we can't even do that shit. You see how there's so much bullshit in this world? Time's speeding up. We're being controlled by money. There's a lot of wars going on. Everything's expensive. You have to work a 9 to 5 job. You're wasting pretty much your whole life just to earn money. You're not getting paid enough money just to get the things you want, just so you can be free, or just so you can experience the things you always wanted to experience. And even then, it's very rare for people to experience what they want to experience by them not being controlled by money, because it takes so long. Why do you think people make businesses? Why do you think people want to be workaholics so bad? Is so they can make enough money so they can be free, so they cannot be controlled by this fucking system. And on top of that, we have third world countries. We have people that are poor. We have homeless people, this and that. We have so much riots and shit. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm not necessarily the type of person who focus on the negative in a way, but at the same time, this shit does get annoying. Like, sometimes sometimes I realize, like, man, I really shouldn't be doing this. Or like, why the fuck am I doing all this just to make money, bro? It's bullshit, man. Bullshit. If you're feeling confused in life, I do recommend booking a tarot reading. If you guys aren't familiar with tarot, I can't really explain it. Basically, what tarot reading really is like, yeah, you have psychics, right, who kind of predict your situations in life. They'll give you advice on how to move forward based on their intuition, based on the information God or their spirit guides is giving them, and they'll give it to you. And usually, a lot of people, 9 times out of 10, they think it's accurate, or like they really believe in that. Me personally, I believe in tarot. I have a tarot reader. She is spot on. There are tarot reading channels that, like, if you're feeling confused in life, if you're having trouble with life, you can always watch tarot channels. This and that. This is where you get your astrology. This is where you get your zodiac signs from. This and that. If you're watching this video, if you don't know what they are, then hey, I'm not gonna explain it, but you should really look it up. You know. Just I don't know why God doesn't give certain people spiritual knowledge, or like I don't know why God doesn't really guide enough people into spirituality. Like again, as much bullshit that goes on in this world, I feel like God really is our fault. Cause like, why would God even allow this shit to happen in the first place? Why would God allow all this bullshit corruption to happen in the first place? I understand too, like the reason why God wants this shit to happen is so we could grow, so we could evolve, so we can have more faith. It's a test, pretty much. I understand all this shit, but at the same time, it's like it's so unnecessary. It's so fucking unnecessary, man. What I realized too, the more you're aware of how this world operates, the more angry, pissed off, and depressed you will actually get. So what's the real meaning and purpose behind this world? A lot of people, some people say like this world actually has no meaning. There's actually no purpose behind this shit, which I kind of agree to a certain extent, because like there's nothing but bullshit that's going on in this world. So I'm see, part of my purpose, or I created a purpose for myself, is the fact that there's so much bullshit in this world. So I'm making YouTube videos to explain or to point out the bullshit that goes on in this world, and that keeps me going pretty much. You know, I really can't, like there's a lot of shit where like I have on my mind, but I can't explain it throughout my mouth. Like I have so much shit where I want to explain that's going on in my mind, but like my mouth, my human body can't keep up with it. This is why like um this is why I prefer, like, I'm thinking about writing a book, or like multiple books, or I like to write down my thoughts or type down my thoughts a lot, especially typing, because typing is a lot faster on computer. um that helps me a lot. But like me, I'm like a very impatient person, so like I don't like to standing in one place typing all this shit. Like I have to move around, I have to work out a lot, I have to like this is why like you see me like making videos outside, me just walking and shit, because like I gotta get my blood circulating pretty much. I might have ADD, but I gotta I gotta constantly be stimulated, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. It's just, to be honest, I don't know how I made it through high school. I don't know how I made it through school in general. I don't know how I managed to like work at multiple jobs, because it's like I have low tolerance for this world, man. I feel like as human beings, we have to go through so much bullshit in this world. We really do go through a lot of bullshit. As human beings, we're all just victims of like dumb shit, pretty much. We don't have to be. We have no business and reasons on dealing with this shit we're dealing with right now. If you're watching this, I'm sorry you have to go through so much bullshit in life. I'm sorry money's controlling you and fucking limiting you and all this shit. I really am sorry. Y'all don't deserve that shit at all. I don't know why God is adding some bullshit towards our lives. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense at all. Um, but yes, it's really hard for us to like decode how life is, because time is speeding up. We have these jobs that's distracting us, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck, man? You know. Sometimes I think like, does God even see this shit happen? Does God even see or understand or realize how much human beings we fucking hate this world we live in? Does God not see that shit? Like, fuck, man. Like, why? Like, what's the purpose of us even being here, man? To experience bullshit, pretty much. That's what this world has to offer, man. A lot of people in the spiritual community may say like, supposedly like a lot of souls want to reincarnate onto Earth is so they can heal their past life karmas, this and that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, first off, just the fact that you even have karma in the first place because of being incarnated into Earth, that shows how much of a trap Earth really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't prevent from creating bad karma if you're living here. You can't. You're bound to create a lot of karma. Regardless of how much of an angel or of a good person you claim to be, you're going to create bad karma. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have failures. You're going to wish things you wish you would have done differently. You're going to experience a lot of regrets in this lifetime, which is normal. It's part of the human experience. So it makes no sense to have why God wants to constantly make us and human beings reincarnate over and over again. Because it's a never-ending cycle of bullshit, pretty much. Instead of doing all of that, why not just be free in the afterlife? and get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Again, I'm not sure how the afterlife works, this and that. Just the fact that as human beings, we have no access or we have no understanding of how the afterlife works. It shows how much it just seems like God really does keep us limited, and it just shows that God really lacks us, keeps us lacking in a lot of knowledge when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to the afterlife, when it comes to different beings living here. You know what I'm saying? The closest information and knowledge we could get is the internet. And even then, you don't know what's right or wrong when it comes to the internet. People could be saying lies. People could be working for the government undercover, spreading lies, this and that. So you really never know. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm probably gonna end this video because I got shit to do. I gotta, you know, and I don't want to end this video either because fucking this world. Since time is speeding up, I pretty much have no fucking time to do anything now these days. The jobs I'm working at. If I were to make a lot of money, I probably wouldn't even be doing that shit. For real. If money never existed, bro, I'd be traveling around the world. I'd be meeting different types of people. I'll be helping a lot of types of people. I'll be learning a lot of new cultures and shit. I'll be meeting a lot of beautiful women. I'll be going on a lot of dates. Again, expanding my horizons. But no, instead, I'm forced to work at a fucking job I don't want to be in. I'm forced to be around people I don't want to be in. I'm forced to live with people I don't want to be around with. I'm forced to waste my time, my fucking hours, just so I can make paper that's controlling my and other people's lives. What the fuck, man? Like, for real. And now imagine being born into like a dysfunctional family. Now imagine having a kid in a family or like that's just not working in your favor. Imagine having a partner that constantly disrespecting you, but you're kind of obligated to be around this person due to child support or due to like being married, this and that, or due to them being pregnant. So now they're gonna be around your life no matter what. So much bullshit, bro. Like, this world is nothing but dumb shit, bro. And this is why I always ask myself, why the fuck would I decide to incarnate here, bro? To experience bullshit? This is why I see there's no, like, if I had a chance to go back and relive as a different human body around here, I do believe in reincarnation. If that's real, I would deny that offer. I will, as soon as I die, I'm running away from God. I'm running away from the Creator. I'm getting away from everyone. I'm gonna explore how life is in the afterlife. I'm exploring and I'm gonna hide and get the fuck away from everyone, man. Cause I want to be free, man. Again, just the fact that we don't have answers to how the afterlife works. We don't have answers. We don't even know if God is even real or not. We don't even have proof of the Creator. Just the fact that shit like this happens, it shows how fucking stupid our Creator really is. God is, I'm telling you, part of this life is a test. This life, God is testing us to test our faith, to test our willpower, this and that. But I'm thinking like, I can see that, but I'm saying like, bro, it's so childish. Like, why you gotta do all that shit, man? It's unnecessary, bro. We're too old for this shit. We've as human beings, we've experienced a lot of lifetimes to be dealing with this type of bullshit. We're already dealing with enough bullshit, bro. I swear to God, part of the human experience or part of the tests or challenges, it's not even considered a challenge. It's considered a bullshit fucking prison sentence. One of the reasons why we're here is so we could learn how to deal with doing shit we really don't want to do. Pretty much tolerating bullshit we don't like. Part of the human experience is tolerating bullshit we don't want to be a part of. Man, fuck. Shit, man. I'm not sad or depressed or anything. I'm just annoyed, man. My life is good. I'm just annoyed. And I feel like God will control your life too. I feel like God doesn't put you in situations you really want to be in. I feel like God puts you in situations where like you're forced to overcome it. You're forced to tolerate a lot of dumb shit you don't want to deal with for no fucking reason. God will put you through a lot of situations like that. So if you're watching this, if you seem alone, if you seem lonely, or if you seem like you can't find your romantic partner, or if you're like a hopeless romantic, or like if you can't find the right friends, or if you can't find the right job, the right career, it's most likely because God is purposely putting you through this bullshit. No, you don't deserve to experience all this type of shit at all. It's just more so the fact that God is forcing you to experience these experiences so you can grow, evolve, and tolerate a lot of dumb shit, a lot of bullshit for whatever fucking reason, for his own agenda. That's most likely the reason why, you know? This is how it is. It's just how it is, pretty much. And I guess we gotta accept that shit, but I still don't get it, man. But I'm definitely gonna study. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna come up with my own conclusions. I'm trying to learn more on why, as human beings, we're here. Um, what's the word? I think a philosopher. I think a philosopher means like someone who questions a lot of shit. That's like me, pretty much. I do question a lot of shit. Now I'm aware. Like, I try to become as self-aware as much as I can. I can't overdo it because I'm just gonna drive myself crazy when I question a lot of shit. But I do feel like it's very interesting, and I want to get to the bottom of it, you know. And one of the reasons why I make videos is so I can speak out on it, because I feel like a lot of situations to where life experiences and my observation about this world, it just doesn't sit right with me. I just don't agree with it. I feel like there's something off about it, and this is why I'm making videos, so where people like you, so I can share videos and my knowledge and my opinions with people like you, so you can come up with your own conclusions, come up with your own opinions, and your own analysis on what I'm trying to explain to y'all, pretty much. And that's what I'm doing too, pretty much, you know. So this channel is more so to keep you open-minded, to question everything, pretty much, and to like always be self-aware of this and that. So there's no right or wrong when it comes to my channel. I'm not judgmental at all. Hopefully I don't seem judgmental, but this channel is kind of like meant to inspire people to open their minds, or to like speak their minds, or to come up with their own conclusions, you know. So yeah, you don't have to take my advices or my rants too hard, because it's just a YouTube channel. I'm just ranting, and usually I'm just talking to myself in a way. I'm just projecting, or I'm just releasing a lot of anger, pretty much. So don't take what I'm saying seriously. If you want to, go ahead, but like, there's no right or wrong. I'm not a professional or anything, so don't take my advice seriously. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just ranting. I'm just talking to myself in a way. And if you resonate, then hey, that's even good, you know. So just a reminder, like, don't take everything I say seriously. Don't take everything I say literally. And don't take it personal too. Like, I'm just speaking my mind, you know. I'm not like this in person. Like, if you were to meet me in real life, I'm nothing like how I am in video. Like, I'm very calm, collected. I consider myself to be respectful and polite. But on video, I'm just ranting. That's why I may come across as like disrespectful or this and that, which I'm not. I'm just speaking my mind, pretty much. And I'm ranting too. So please don't take my advices too seriously, or personal. You know, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm just speaking my mind. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.